I just did the banging intro. I just did the most banging intro ever. The race has started, everyone. The race has started, and for some reason my stream deck is not working. Goodness me. What an absolute calamity of a start. I'll tell you who is not a calamity of a start for is Porsche Penske Racing. Because, in fact, I need to scroll up here, so just bear with me. Bear with me. There's a little bit of amateur hour there, wasn't it? Hang on a second. Hang on. Bear with me. Hang on. I've got this. I've got this under control. Frankly, things can only improve from here, I would say. There we go. How is that for timings? Is that viewable, visible, or do we need to change it? What do we think? For the Spa 6 hours, so it is the Porsche you can see in the lead, and then the Cadillac, but then it's just Porsches. Although the Ferrari's moved up. Ferrari's now into P6. The 499p. Where can you watch it? I think I'm watching it on Discovery in the UK. But chat, is that too small? The WEC streams, well, I think it's, I've just got Discovery. I've got TNT Sports and I can watch it on TNT. So I think if you've got TNT, you can watch it. Or I think you can pay for WEC TV, I think, but I'm not sure. I've paid for Discovery. What do we think about this layout? Is it too small? Is the layout too small? Because what I can do is I can actually artificially make this small. Is that better? Can't read any numbers. What about that? How about that? Don't worry, it's a 6-hour race. There's loads of time. Where do I go? Do I just go here? Looks like Iron Dame's leading in GT3. They're on pole. Yeah, 6 hours of Spa is one of the big ones. WEC. Is that Cadillac? Who's driving the Cadillac? Oh, Alex Lynn. Alex Lynn's in the Cadillac. Chat, do we need it big? Do we need it bigger still or smaller? Bigger numbers or smaller? Or maybe that's the strat. What does expert mode do? Do we want to go expert or not? Start under investigation. Something's happened. Do we want to go expert? What does expert do? Sectors. I don't think we need... Sectors are quite cool, actually. Maybe we do sectors then. Okay, so... Chat, you need to let me know what we need to do to... So we could do it like that. Now we could actually... Because I've got an ultra wide. Ah. Ugh. But then you don't get the picture of the car. I quite like the picture. How have I lost the pictures of the car? Is that because expert mode? Oh. Oh, goodness me. No, I can't go expert then if I'm going to lose the pictures. Welcome, Phantom. Put your face top right. Okay, you need to be... I haven't done a WEC watch along before. Because you may be able to tell. Okay, so we've got elapsed time, remaining time. Okay. We've got the top 8 cars, but remember, I can scroll through this. We've got pits, laps, positions, and all of that good stuff. Arguably, what I can do is actually, because there's a lot of dead space at the top there, We can go like that. Okay. That gives us a bit more space. Oh, I've got... Oh, this is going to be sick. This is going to be absolutely sick. I believe I've got this. So we go like that. And then what I need to do is I need to duplicate this. So that's now a different one. And what I'll do here is put that. You know what? I'm going to duplicate that again. Oh! Chat, what do we think about this? Hang on, I don't like this white line there. Oh god, I've moved something. I don't like that green line on the right. Oh. Ooh. And now... Hypercar... Oh, yes! Overrule. Hello, Muchendos. Hello, everyone. Whatever that means, I don't know. Is that Italian? Wow. Look at this. Shame my stream deck's not working. What's going on here? Apparently everything needed to restart. So. Okay. Michando to Spanish for gentlemen, very nice. Okay, hello gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, I think is a common phrase. If it still applies. Any updates on Fanatec? There'll be a video when there's an update. Don't you worry about that. I've got you covered. Okay, so Spa 6 hours. It is Porsche Penske in the lead. They are just a second ahead of Cadillac. But then you've got 3 Porsche Penskes in the 963. Proton customer, Porsche Penske factory, and then Jota customer. Then you've got 2 Ferrari 499Ps. I think the Alpine might have dropped down a little bit. So you've got Giovinazzi and you've got Robert Kubica. Meanwhile, you're not going to believe this. If you are a female viewer, then you may be supporting the Iron Dames, who are 7 seconds in the lead in GT3. I don't know if that's because other people have got their sort of like silver drivers out of bronze drivers. Can't remember how it works. But Sarah Bovey, who put it on pole in GT3, is already 7 seconds ahead. Isn't that mad? By the way, we're meant to be doing a Formula E watch along today as well. So we're meant to be doing Formula E as well. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Seema. Yeah, hopefully you're going to enjoy the stream. I mean, we're here. We should be here for at least 6 hours of streaming. But I wonder how I'm going to do Formula E, because either we're going to just put the Formula E stuff on top, which we can do easily, or do something different. I don't know. But it's just good to be chilling out and streaming, I think. No, Formula E is today and tomorrow. It's a double round. So there are drivers here, like Sebastian Buemi in P9, who is a Formula E driver for Envision Racing. Oh, just hold that thought. The Cadillac is very close. No, the Cadillac's been overtaken. And it was trying to get the Porsche Proton back on the Kemmel Straight. So that Cadillac hypercar has moved down a little bit. Must have had an issue because it was only a second behind the Penske. But now it's dropped back. 5 second stop and go for Buemi. Technical infringement. Oh no. Speaking of Buemi in the Toyota, which I mean last season was like the car in hypercar, he's got a 5-second stop and go for technical infringement. I don't know in WEC if you can take it in the pits or not. Let me make the chat a bit bigger. Get the old chat up here. Yeah, loads of racing on. Kiru's here chilling. Monaco Historic, yeah, is racing the old school F1 cars in Monaco. By the way, the Antonio Giovinazzi, I think, is starting to get all over the Porsche Jota of Will Stevens. This is why we're not on Sky Sports. We just haven't got a Scooby-Doo. Yeah, welcome along, chat. Let us know if you don't know what's going on, like me, or if you're a WEC expert. IMSA in Laguna Seca, yes indeed. It's all kicking off. And I've just got on the left-hand side some of the footage that I shot last year when I was at Spa. So these are the cars. Well, actually, no, they're not, because they were the last GTEs, actually, weren't they? But that is a Toyota Giro 10 hybrid. That Sebastian Buemi is driving now. He's dropped down, I think, even more to P9, hasn't he? I've seen that correctly. Oh, there's a great battle in GT3 between a Ferrari 488 and an Aston Martin. What's going on there? I want to find out. Who's that between? It's oh, is it the Mustang? No, it's the. Here we go. Francois Hero and Clement Matto having a great battle here. And sorry, it's a 296. My bad, not a 488. Get with the times. But cracking battle going on there between those two. For some reason, there is a prototype behind them, it seems. You've got here. Ooh. Brother, ooh. Oh. Ah, that's going to change though when I go like that. Brother, So how do I get that? How do we get that? Because we can cut it in. Gravel reported. Because that is obviously going to be sick, like here, isn't it? But when I scroll it, it's going to go. So I think. Well, actually, no. I think I know what I need to do. I need to do another. Oh, no. Hang on. Hang on, chat. Why is this? Let me just do this separate. Ooh. Hang on. No. It's getting confused. I think we might need to get this on edge. Hang on, try and do some technical wizardry here. And failing. Okay. So. We don't need that. I'm going to be an absolute genius if I pull this off. We're going to look like geniuses here. Ooh! Can I make that wider? Yes! I mean, obviously a pro streamer would have done all this beforehand, but, you know, we ain't pro. Oh, sick! Blacker could have some. Could someone OP date me? What's the plan? Are we doing entire 6 hours? The plan is yes, to do the whole damn 6 hours, and also do Formula E, which I don't know how I'm going to do. Haven't quite worked out yet. It's easy. Oh my goodness! The hypercars are in. The hypercars are in the GT3 field. It's madness. The hypercars are in the GT3 field now. They've caught up. So, where's the Cadillac gone? Look how much the Cadillac's lost out. It's gone down to P7. So Alex Lynn, is there a big issue for that Cadillac, or is he just struggling a little bit? So, Giovinazzi's up to P4 in the 499P. And where are the Toyotas? Where's it? Has Buemi, it says out. Buemi must have pitted for a stop-go. Full course yellow. There's a full course yellow. Prepare for full course yellow. What's happened? Has Buemi crashed out? What? No, he's running. Chat, can someone help me? For goodness sake, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo what's going on here. Full course yellow, everyone. Hang on. Yeah, so I'm just a bit of a... Oh, even that's not in properly. You know what I'm like. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, no, that's not even in. So we're under full course yellow, but I have no idea why, I'm afraid. I don't know why that's happened. There we go. Lottery tier to win and again because I mean they were winning everything for years because they were really the only manufacturer, weren't they? Everyone else stepped out. Oh goodness me. That's where I want to be, like that. We're still under full course yellow, and I don't know why. Something's happened for us to merit being under the full course yellow. But what I do know is it ain't good news if you're a Toyota fan, because Conway's all the way down in P12 and Buemi is down in P18, so he's managed to box and get out ahead of the Iron Dames. Paul de Resta's had an absolute nightmare in the I can't remember what I call it, 9x8. Oh wait, it does say it there, I forgot. Where's the other 9x8? Nico Muller's up in P13, so it's not great right now for Peugeot. It's not great right now for BMW. It's not great right now for Toyota. But it's great news for Porsche and Ferrari. And even the Alpines are doing well. What do we think, chat? Talk to me. I'm on top chat. Wow, the Cadillac is driving. They look like almost connected, going around under full course yellow. The Ferrari and the Cadillac are just so close together. Look, only 2/10 between them. I'm really not sure what's going on here, but the Cadillac is basically trying to push the Ferrari along. I don't know if it's fun and games here, like Robert Kubica's trying to force a gap, but they're driving very, very, very slowly under full course yellow, as you would expect here. I don't know if they're just practicing. Sometimes they just seem to just practice. Toyota will bounce back. I mean, these days you don't really want to bet against Toyota in sports car racing, do you? Oh, did I move that slightly? Yeah, still under the full course yellow. I can't see why. So everyone going around very, very, very slowly right now. And the hypercars were still making their way through the GT3. So interestingly, there's a mixture of hypercars and GT3s at the front of the hypercar pack under full course yellow. But I think the full course yellow speed is not hindering any of the hypercar. Oh, green flag! Green flag. Let's see how much of a delay I have on Discovery here then. So green flag racing. 1:26 they were ending it. So as I'm watching it, that Kubica and... well, Alex Lynn has lost out, is going to lose out massively here. I'm not going to see why. So on my screen, Kubica is just going up Eau Rouge. And then the green flag waves. So as some of the hypercars are going up Eau Rouge, the green flag waves. Oh my goodness, it was absolute carnage down the Kemmel Straight with the hypercars. Oh my goodness me! One of the BMWs almost caused a massive crash. Would have been the M4 GT3, I guess. Weaving all over the track, almost completely crashed into one of the Ferrari 499Ps. That was insane. It looks like the GT3s were like trying to warm up their tyres or something as the hypercars were coming through. Very weird, but yeah, interesting to see Toyota down in P12 and P18. Even the Lamborghini's ahead of them. Rob, when a car flashes its lights, does it mean they want to get past? Yes, indeed. That's why in sim racing, when I'm in iRacing at night, you see me smashing the flash light button. Where is it on my... here it is, bottom left on my Logitech here. So yeah, Iron Dames have managed to maintain that that lead, haven't they? That 8-second gap under the full course yellow. So the full course yellow seems to be very effective at sort of neutralising the race. Goodness me, there's a BMW GT3 here that the hypercars are really struggling to get past. Really struggling. Do we have a map here? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna risk this. What's this? There we go, that's the view, I think. So yeah, they will flash their lights quite aggressively to get past. Now, what time is the Formula E? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Just wonder if that Ferrari... Keep an eye on the Ferrari of Antonio Giovinazzi. Obviously, Ferrari won Le Mans last year, didn't they? Because didn't Toyota win this one last year? I'm trying to remember. It was a close battle between Toyota and Ferrari here last year. Porsche 963 wasn't really there. Team WRT did really well in LMP2. Rui Andrade, Kubica, and Louis Delatraz. I mean, what a team. I spoke to them after the race, like, just so confident, and spoke to the owner, Vincent Voss of WRT. They now have moved up to operate the BMW, haven't they? The BMW hypercars are now WRT. And obviously they're the team that takes care of Valentino Rossi as well. Lou, just want to say free Jusklin. Don't know who that is, but yes, let's free him. Christopher, number 8, to have car pit to 5 seconds. Yeah, what was the violation though? What was the violation? And also, that's such a harsh penalty taking a stop and go. So that is Sebastian Buemi's car here. Although that said, they're only 39 seconds off the lead because they must have pitted under full course yellow, right? Cars 82 and 95 under investigation. Who are they? Cars 82 and 95. Oh, it's not Kubica. Who's 82? Chat, let me know when you see. 82, Hiroshi Koizumi, you've been a naughty man there, and you've infringed under full course yellow. And Joshua Cahill, so there may have been some banter here going on between these two. By the way, there's two Porsche 963s getting very, very, very interested in each other. That might be for the lead. It is. This is for the lead. So it's a 963 battle for the lead, everyone. As they go up on my screen, go up through Eau Rouge, onto Radion, down the Kemmel Straight, into Les Combes. It's very close. So we've got the factory Porsche Penske, and then we've got the customer Proton, but both in the 963 hypercar from Porsche. I don't know if you've seen my interview with the head of Porsche Motorsport who runs this team. Absolutely fascinating. Matt Campbell will see in the car later. Talked about him being someone who in Australia was driving Porsche sort of one makes, and Porsche Motorsport really helped him up the ladder, and they want to do the same thing with sim races, they said. Is that not an NFA not following orders or something? I don't know. But yeah, I'd be interested to see if there's anything about that BMW GT3. Welcome along, everyone. 72 people watching today. Let us know what you're doing as we're just chilling here. It's a good battle in GT3s. But here we are in Hypercar, and the gap is extending now to a second. So maybe Julian, I'm sure the teams will be talking to each other and say, hey, look, we don't want to crash out. So it is a 6-hour endurance race. We are half an hour into it, which means we are a 12th of the way. Is that right? We're a 12th of the way into the race. Oh, one of the I think it's the only one, isn't it? The Corvette into the gravel, but it just sort of dips 2 wheels into gravel and survives. So there's some hard racing in GT3. There we go. No further action for 95 then, but Kazumi, you have a drive-through. Please report to the pit lane for your infringements. So Kazumi is going into the pits then. And the battle is still raging at the top. These two Porsche 963. Oh my goodness, the Proton gets all over the exit curb on the outside of La Source on the exit. You know where that sausage is. All just with an A. Yeah, it's actually yeah, I think it's no further action, isn't it? Oh, there's a battle here between a Cadillac and an Alpine. Who's this? Is Alex Lynn? Alex Lynn dropping backwards. Are you going forwards or backwards now, Alex Lynn? So this is the battle here for P7 in Hypercar. The 1 second gap. on board Alex Lynn, who's got the visor open. They always crack the visors open in hypercars and GT3s. I'm not used to that being a karter. I normally have my visor all the way shut to protect my eyes. Toyota top 2 placings. Yes, it was, wasn't it? Even though, if I remember, if my memory serves me correctly, didn't Brendan Hartley bin it for one of the Toyotas in Hyperpole? Because there was all the drama last year about the tyre warmers when I was there. And we saw one of the 499s. Wasn't it Collado bin the Ferrari 499P after pits? Oh my goodness, the Alpine absolutely sent it! The Alpine sent it on Alex Lynn. So it's Alex Lynn going even further backwards. It was almost contact. It was into La Source. Imagine that. So the Alpine of Charles Malaysia sent it on the inside of the Cadillac into La Source. It was a rude move. It was a rude move, but a great one. Love it. See, it helps to sweat. Maybe that's a tip for George Russell. Just crack open the visor. Okay, so we're in green flag running right now. See the lap times here, 2:09. Oh, it's very close, isn't it? It's very close between all of them. Goodness me. All within a second. The top 7 hypercars. That's what we love to see. Let's check in on GT3. Who wants to check in on GT3? Let's check in on GT3. Here we go, GT3. So Iron Dames, 12 seconds ahead. Goodness me, just how good are the Iron Dames? WRT here, LRT. I think it was LRT was the guy that was just weaving all around, almost caused a huge crash. Who else do we have here? Ryan Hardwick in the Mustang. Schiavone in the Lamborghini. Jenson Button's here. I think he's probably driving for Jota, isn't he? What about... Oh, that's it. It's just hypercars and GT3s. I was looking for another category. That's it. Get the overall up. Yeah, tip for George there. Someone let him know. Okay. I think the Cadillac of Alex Lynn is now coming under significant pressure from Nicolas Lapierre. So that Cadillac is just going backwards. Are there 2 Cadillac? Who's in the second Cadillac here? Is there only 1 Cadillac? How come there's only 1 Cadillac? Even last year there were 2. Daniel Kvyat in the Lamborghini is in P16. Buemi, Paul di Resta. So Paul di Resta must have had a big issue as well. In fact, it looks like Paul di Resta is probably barely on the same lap because he's probably 5 seconds away from being lapped, if I'm getting it correctly. George, last time I went karting, I was mildly hungover and tried to leave my visor ajar, but was told it's strictly forbidden and must remain closed at all times. Yes. For your own safety. So yeah, you got a feel for the Cadillac there. I mean, I just feel like it's going to move backwards. It is the best sounding car in the world. There can be no question. And it's still within a second at the top. In fact, half a second between the factory Porsche Penske and the Proton. And I wonder if Lawrence Vantor is going to be closing up on that. And Antonio Giovinazzi and Robert Kubica. Says Kubica overtaking Will Stevens. Are we seeing the Ferrari 499Ps move up? So, top 3 cars Porsches, and then 4th and 5th are now the Ferraris. And that is all within 8 seconds. So it is very, very, very close. It's very close. Less than half a second now between Julian Andlauer and Frederick. Oh, it's very close between them. It's so close that if he wants to make the move, he can do it. So I'm not sure if he's just really biding his time or if he's saving fuel. In fact, I'm looking at the fuel, the virtual energy tank, and actually the Proton, the car in second, has 1% less than the car in first. But the car behind them, Lawrence Vantor, has 1% more than both of them. And the Ferraris are fairly significantly lower on energy, apparently, than the Porsches. Car number 55 under investigation. What's going on? Many, many, many investigations today. The Peugeot has like 15% more energy than anyone else. So our Peugeot on a massively weird strat here to do less pit stops or something. Does anyone know? Do we have any WEC experts in the chat? There is a good battle in GT3. The Corvette's involved. So yeah, I think actually if you look at it, oh my goodness, look at the Iron Dames. So the top three is sort of top two have checked out, haven't they? But then this is a really close battle. In fact, you see at the latest checkpoint, this was neck and neck with the Aston. The Aston's overtaken the Corvette. That's happened. Ian James has done it. And again, it's very close in hypercar. Oh, he's done it! He's overtaken it. Must have been down the Kemmel Straight, so I'm going to watch it now. They come out of La Source. Again, about half a second between them. Factory Porsche Penske zooms up Eau Rouge on the Kemmel Straight. Remember, no active aero on these. Oh, and then the director cuts away. Welcome, Grazina S. The director cuts away, but I think they've missed the overtake there. That would have been on... Oh! What's happened here? Yeah. Oh my goodness, I think it was an insane overtake. I think it was around the outside of a Lexus GT3. I think it was a crazy overtake around the Lexus. No, what happened here? This is really weird. It's coming into the bus stop. The Porsche Penske basically gets stuck behind a Lexus. There's contact. Oh, there's a bit of damage. There's a bit of damage. So the Porsche Penske has got a bit of damage on the rear because it hit the Lexus. That overtake was unreal. Rob, can you describe it better than me? It was basically like the Hakkinen and Schumacher one on, wasn't it, Zonta in Formula 1 at Spa, but it wasn't on the Kemmel Straight. It was coming into the bus stop. Welcome, Susie K. So it was a pretty crazy overtake, that. If someone can describe it better than me, then describe it. But I wasn't sure what the Proton was doing. It's like, and then they ended up going around the Lexus, and then the customer car won. Big dive. Oh, they made contact in GT3 at La Source. It's the Corvette again and the Manthey. I think that might be the car that was repaired. Contact in La Source. The Manthey dove up the inside and basically just barged into the Corvette. So contact there. And then they go side by side up Eau Rouge. And the Corvette comes out ahead. This is where the Manthey had a huge crash in Hyperpole yesterday. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off in GT3. And Ahmed Al-Arti is all over Yasser Shaheen. Like a bad rash. So, there's going to be cars picking up damage. That's how it goes. Iron Dame 16 seconds up. Yes, indeed. Well, 18 seconds by my book now. The Iron Dames are literally flying. Lexus still at the end of the pack. Where is the Lexus? No, the Lexus is kind of in the middle here. Lexus is kind of in the middle. Doing pretty well. Yeah, very interesting shenanigans there. Chat, when does the Formula E start? Does anyone know? The Mustang is so big. Just saw an Alpine hypercar overtake the Mustang. It's ridiculous. Who's driving that Alpine? Might be Charles Malaysia or Nicolas Lapierre. Angus, glad to see the Dames doing good. The track hasn't been kind to them in recent years. Yeah, wasn't there some drama last year? Although I think Leah Wadu, didn't she win in? Wasn't she part of the Ferrari team that did win in the end? But yeah, I mean, the Iron Dames are basically putting out a big old statement here. Look at this, 20 seconds ahead. I mean, for anyone who's saying that women can't drive racing cars, I mean, just show them this screenshot, frankly. That is... I mean, we might actually be witnessing something pretty special here. That is insane, isn't it? She's pulling out more than a second a lap over all of the competition, all of the GT3 drivers. Pretty mad. And look, now the Proton has extended the gap to 3 seconds. Now, I wonder if there's damage on that 963, as Mick Schumacher is just sort of chilling at the moment, he'll be getting in the Alpine at some point, I believe. Oh, big lockup! Big lockup by the 963, the 99. No, it's Proton, sorry. Big lockup by the Proton 963 coming into La Source. That's not good here in WEC. You don't want that for your tyres. Well, she is in the Huracan. Yeah, but there are other Huracans. I mean, there's an Iron Lynx right at the back of the pack. Schiavone's in that one. Having a look at this overtake here, it was just a damn good overtake by Julian Andlau. There could have been a huge crash. Honestly, there could have been a monster crash coming. Oh, what an angle they've got here from the Lexus. You just got to stay in the middle of the road, Lexus, there. It's the V10. What about the Cadillac, though? So keep an eye on Frederick Makowiecki. I wonder if he's going to fall back a little bit, and Lawrence Vantor might be thinking he'll have a bit of that. Very talented driver, obviously basically done everything in GT3. Angus, it seems like the Lexus may have been damaged before the overtake. Okay. So maybe the stuff... Oh, full course yellow! Debris reported at turn 1. That may be from the Porsche, the Manthey Porsche and the Corvette. So it looks like there's a wing mirror or something fallen off. Formula E race at 2 PM UK time. Great, okay. I'm on Discovery, so I can do whatever. Full course yellow. Chat, you know what to do. Get your yellow flags out on the chat. Get your yellow flags out. Anything yellow in the chat. Where's my mouse? Can I have my mouse back? Here we go. Put your yellow flags in the chat. Because it is... Well, it is a yellow flag. That's where we're at. Looks like everyone having a great time at Spa, so hopefully on the full course yellow. The thing is about full course yellow is that when it's so spread out, the pack, then how are they going to get a marshal? Oh my god, I love how full course yellow, the cars drive so close to each other and they're all mixed up. GT3s and hypercars. No LMPs here this year. There's LMP2s last year, but no LMP2s this year. Angus, they showed a point of view of the overtake from the front and both 960s fly by but no contact. Was it the aerodynamic wash from the Porsche 963 that damaged the Lexus? Is it just like the suction on both sides? There we go. Here come the yellow flags coming out. Full course yellow. It's quite a nice setup, this. I quite like this. I wonder what else we could add. Good to have the footage as well. I don't know why I edited that video so aggressively on the colour. Not that it got any views anyway. Sad times. But look at it now. It lives. It breathes. Angus, yes, it was the wash. The second the 963 flew by on the left. That is insane. That is crazy when you think about it. Still on the full course yellow here. Try and see if the debris has been cleared. They don't mess around with the yellow flags here at full course. They'll just do it. It's not like Formula 1 where like Bottas was just chilling around on the exit of a corner for 10 minutes, then they threw a yellow flag. Alright, Angus saying no 963 damage. Okay. So opportunity here for the drivers to cool down their tyres though. And for the strategies to change. How they work out the strategies and these things, I do not know. Anyone know where we're going to see the hypercars come in? It looks like most of them on 30%. So I'm going to guess. How long have we been streaming for? Because we started streaming exactly when the race started, didn't we? That's very helpful. I'm going to guess another 20 minutes and we'll start to see hypercars come in. Does that sound about right? How about that? Still, oh my god, it's very busy at Spa. You'd love to see it. There's going to be some craziness when they go green, because we haven't got the green. Don't they say prepare for it? So when it's going to go green, you're going to see hypercars Why is there two to driving very slow? Oh, they're all driving slow. Just seemed a bit stranded. See the hypercars pull out, and immediately they're going to deploy that hybrid power and try and get past all of the GT3s there around, because it's all mixed up right now. But as I said, I don't think you end up disadvantaged when I go karting, because there's no actual strict delta time under full course yellow. You can lose time if you're stuck behind a driver who's not pushing it under yellow flags. Don't think that's the case here. In the world endurance. Alright, full course yellow going to be ended 49, so it's going to be ended very soon. Full course yellow ending imminently. And one of the Ferraris is behind a load of GT3s. In fact, yeah, that's Giovinazzi. How has the Proton got a 10-second gap here, chat? Is that right? That's a big gap, isn't it? Green flag, I'll see what happens. But how has the Proton managed to get a 10-second gap? That doesn't make any sense. The 51 and A3 Ferraris are going to be pitting soon. Okay, good to know. Good to know they will be pitting. I'm going to keep an eye on the green flag live pictures. Black has got the green flag out. That means we officially go green. Green as I see it now. I'm just looking at this restart. And yes, those two Porsche Penske's not hanging around, very willing to get on the grass. The Ferrari was compromised. Oh, was compromised heavily by the Corvette. So the Porsche's gained a little bit there. But yeah, big gap that the Protons managed to pull out here. 7 seconds. Oh, and then the two Porsches were very close with each other. Vantor all over Frederick. These are the two factory Porsche Penske teams. They will not want to crash into each other. Green apples out. Oh, one of the Porsches went deep. One of the Porsches cut the bus stop. What's happened there? They're battling so hard. I think it was Vantor ended up cutting the bus stop. Did he send it? Let's see. Oh, he just lost the back end a little bit as he was turning in. It was looking like he was trying to do an impossible overtake around the outside going into the bus stop. Ended up going off track, had to cut the chicane. The car was squirming around. Wow, no lock up though. And then he cut the exit. He was ahead momentarily, but then had to give the position back. And that's allowed Giovinazzi to get past. So Giovinazzi in the 499P has got ahead of Vantor. So that hasn't gone very well for Lawrence Vantor at all. And that was down the Kemmel Straight. Giovinazzi around the outside going into Les Combes. Gets that done on Vantor. Vantor tries to fight it back, but can't do it. So the Ferraris are moving on up in the race here. Although it's been noted in the chat that they might be pitting sooner rather than later because they have less energy. So Vantor, the Belgian driver, is just, you know, momentarily was in the lead, but now he's moving backwards. Are we going to see Kubica get at Vantor and Giovinazzi get into the Porsches? So the Ferrari is definitely on the up here. And even look at the Alpine. The Alpine has got past Will Stevens. So that Alpine of Charles Malaysia is only 3.5 seconds behind Robert Kubica. Vantor, I think, has 53 overtakes this season in Hypercar, if I'm reading the stat correctly. Impressive numbers. We'll need to do some overtakes now if he wants to win here. The BMW appearing in the top 10 now. Yeah, pretty regulation move it was from Giovinazzi. Round the outside, down the Kemmel Straight into Les Combes. Angus, I have a feeling the 50 Ferrari will be within the top 5 in the last hour. The number 50, who's in that? Is that Fuoco? No, Nicholas Nielsen. So you're keeping an eye on Nielsen. Is Mike Conway following him through? That's the question. And where is Sebastian Buemi? He's there. And the Peugeot's been lapped, by the way. So the Peugeot has been lapped of Paul Di Resta. They've got a wang on it now. incredible to see that car last year without a wing. I mean, one of the things I'll never forget is seeing that car go up Eau Rouge without a massive visible rear wing. I've never seen anything like it. Just some kind of sorcery there from Peugeot. Let's check in on GT3. What's going on in GT3? It's a 30... Oh my goodness me. They are just... It's a second and a half a lap here. Isn't it, basically? It's just getting ridiculous now from the Iron Dames. It's a big old statement. Oh! Was there contact between the Corvette and the Aston Martin? That would have been of Ian James. These three fighting very, very, very closely. Basically, three abreast coming into Lake Coombe. Very close GT3 battling. If you're a GT3 purist. So there's some good dogfighting here. Between them. Three different manufacturers. Krista said Conway is on his tail. Watching the onboard. Okay, let's get on to Conway. So Conway following Nicholas Nielsen 3's Rene Rast, the ex-Liam McLaren Formula E driver in P11, who surely is there for the taking. In fact, they must be, because only half a second behind is the Ferrari. So it looks like the Ferraris are really on the move. Yes, I think we could be seeing that Ferrari, third Ferrari there, moving its way up. But how did the Proton of Julian and Lauer make such a big gap at the lead of the race? Angus, not a great race for Toyota. Even Lamborghini's pull ahead to 7. Is that Sebastian Buemi 7? Do we know what the technical infringement was, by the way? Do we know what the technical infringement was of the Toyota? What a fall from grace. I mean, they were very dominant here last year. Very, very, very dominant. Ferrari were really struggling to just keep with them, but shows how quickly things can change. The other teams are coming up fast. Christopher says they'll be fine. A lot of racing to go. There is a lot of racing to go. In fact, there's over 5 hours of racing to go. So if you're new to endurance racing, you're thinking, how are they going to do that? It's because they're going to swap drivers. So it's a nice... 6 hours is a nice one, I think. It's a nice length. But they're really... The pearl in the crown is going to be Le Mans. In June, I believe, next month. Well, having said that, Giovinazzi is 4 seconds behind Frederick, so I'm not sure Giovinazzi is making headway. Although, wow, look at the lap times, how different they are now. Can you believe this? Lawrence Vanthoor was 2 seconds slower than Julian Andlauer last lap in ostensibly the same car. Patrick Dames smashing it to get the win. Yeah, Iron Dames absolutely destroying the field in GT3. That's not an exaggeration. Do F1 next week? Don't worry, we stream every F1 race on this channel. Every F1 race of the year is live streamed on this channel. Okay, the lap times are spreading now. See if anyone's going to get in the 207s. But maybe Andlauer is just absolutely killing it at the top. That could be it. The top 3 cars in the 208s you can see at this moment in time. Who else is looking fast? Philip Hansen in 963 doing a good job there with a 209.3. Yeah, let me know in the chat what you're thinking about the race so far. Who's looking strong? There is a Ferrari 488 GTE there to the left side, and there is the Toyota GR10 Hybrid, the number 8 car that is having such difficulties this year, this race, it seems. I'm on board with Nielsen now, who's hunting down the BMW. He's very, very, very close. So that has materialised. So that's this battle here between Nielsen and Rene Rast. don't seem to hear a lot about BMW's hypercar. I just don't. I mean, they do IMSA and WC, don't they? But I just don't. The market doesn't. Oh, we start 2 GT3s come in. So the Corvette and the Manthey Porsche both come in GT3. So these drivers have come in, and the United Autosports McLaren 720S. The Corvette Sonagol, that means Rui Andrade will be in there, the man from Angola, who won this race in LMP2 last year, driving for the Orica WRT entry there. Teammates with Robert Kubica, who now is in 3rd place, I believe, in the Ferrari 499P. There he is. Oh no, sorry, Kubica's in P5. It's Giovinazzi, he's up there. How's the Cadillac doing? I mean, it's got a very fast lap. I mean, the fastest lap is It's actually got the fastest lap I can see, the Cadillac. So it's got the speed, but maybe just, I don't know, maybe it's doing a different strat or something. Black is having a lunch break. You got to have them in these endurance races. No retirements yet. I can see no big crashes. So the hypercars look to be pretty much all down to 10% of energy. So we are imminently financial fine penalty. Put your dollar signs in the chat. Car 7 starting. Who's car 7? Is that the other Toyota? Who's car 7? It is Mike Conway. Financial penalty. Chat, does anyone know what has happened there? The financial penalty. The Iron Dames is in. The Iron Dames is in, by the way. So, the Iron Dames is in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, a good pit stop for them. They're inspecting the rear diffuser. The pink Lamborghini. I feel like we're on the cusp of history here, watching the Iron Dames do their thing. Filling up that Lamborghini Huracan with fuel. So they built up such an advantage. They're going to come out. Well, possibly here because, well, everyone else is going to be pitting now anyway. So these cars are basically pitting on the same lap, just along, they're a lot further down the road. BMW M4 is in as well. Getting a nice spray, cleaning the windshields. Got the 46 on it. Don't know if Valentino Rossi is driving that here, but it does have the 46. Presumably getting ready to do big hypercar drive. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking in the chat of the race. Green flag conditions, 1 hour in. Probably a penalty for BOP. Weird they would find that before. I mean, obviously Ferrari lost the hyperpole. So hang on, is this Nielsen? Is that the car that was on hyperpole and they've had to make their way all the way up? Is that how that's worked? Because they were BOP'd quite heavily and then they were underway after getting the pole position in hyperpole, in hypercar. Hyper disappointing. Jasu in the house. So keeping on lap times there. Oh my goodness, a bad lap for the Alpine, a 2:13. So that's a 3 second mistake, 4 second mistake on that lap. So is that going to put them closer to Will Stevens potentially? Looks like a lot of the hypercars dealing with traffic now. Maybe the GT3's pitting has put them back in the hypercars. But we are going to see hypercars pit imminently. I'm having a look at the Cadillac here. And the Jota, oh, contact between the Jota 963 and a GT3 orange and black 911 Porsche, just side to side. But it is very, there's a lot of very close driving here. See Alex Lynn actually looking in this mirror. Why? Because Alex Lynn is got WRT and Alpine all over him. Have a look at that. And then you got René Rast, and then you have the Ferrari. So Alex Lynn is about to come under a huge amount of pressure here. You know, technically, oh, what's happened here to Giovinazzi pits? Giovinazzi is boxed as well. So Giovinazzi is in from near the top of the race. Alex Lynn boxes as well in the Cadillac, gets out of the fire. And Kubica, both Ferraris pit on the same lap. Both of those Ferrari 499Ps in. We did get a heads up in the stream chat that they were lower on energy. That's allowing the Porsches to go a little bit longer, isn't it? I'm having a look here with the Cadillac, seeing how he dives into the pits. Yes, dives in. It's all action in the pit stop. Ferrari polishing the car. I don't know what they do with the tyres here, what the strat is. I'm not sure they've changed them. Angus, they're currently 3% energy of entering pit lane. Definitely the Cadillac not changing tyres, so I think it's just a fuel pit stop for these hypercars right now. The Peugeot comes in. Peugeot mechanic jumps onto the bonnet like a spider. Takes off a big old tear-off. So Peugeot going with tear-offs here. Oh, there is a change of tyres for one of the Ferraris. Maybe it's a fuel first regulation, isn't it? And then they go the white line. So one of the Ferraris definitely changes tyres. I don't know if all of them are going to change tyres. Are we going to have some different strategies here? Just keeping an eye. Well, both Ferraris coming out very similar to each other, so they both must have done a similar strat, which is to change tyres, I believe. The Peugeot comes out as well now. Wheel spin on the exit. Yeah, I believe they're changing to medium tyres, or maybe they start on a medium as well. Another financial penalty there. Is Andlauer coming into the pits? Yes, he does. So Andlauer comes into the pits as well. So now the 963s come in. So they've managed to go a lap longer. So my experience from endurance racing and iRacing, that could be critical at the end of the race. They add up these extra laps. Might save them a pit stop. So Rene Rast is now in PT because he hasn't pitted. And Lawrence Vantor has managed to go another lap as well. So refueling the Porsches in the pit lane. Tear-offs coming off. Alpine as well. Toyota and Ferrari boxing. Yeah, pretty much everyone's boxing. Well, Toyota, that Sebastian Buemi obviously had the drive-through. So I don't know what that's done to the strat. As the Jota gets the tear-off removed. Patrick Andlau is on fire. Well, he was tearing it up. That is true, yeah. So we'll see how it all shakes up. There's a mechanic on the bonnet of the BMW, wiping down the windshield. Remember, the white line is so important in the pits here in terms of who's allowed over the white line and whatnot. And then, yes, tyre change for Porsche 963. They go back over the white line, and the driver leaves the pit box. Oh, slow. Oh, confusion at BMW, the wrong tyre. Oh my goodness, I think he took a tyre off and he was going to put it back on again. So there's lost a few seconds there at BMW. Have they done the right thing in the end? Toyota back up at the moment, but that's just all need to box. But did BMW end up taking a tyre off and putting it back on? So I'm looking at some 963s weaving down the Kemmel Straight to get heat into those tyres. Not sure what the position is right now with tyre warmers. That's the Lamborghini hypercar leaves the pit as well. So Lamborghini was able to go long. Now comes Vantor in. Look at that. And Lauer, I don't know how that's worked, that he's coming out ahead. No, so everyone's in now. Everyone will be in, basically. Will have been in. So the first drama of the pit stops, trying to get to the hour mark. then obviously the strategy writes itself, doesn't it? So what will be interesting to see is what will the gap be between Andlauer and Lawrence Van Toor, for example, when Van Toor comes out of the pits. Steering wheel change for Lawrence Van Toor, I think. He's not happy with steering wheel. He's taken the whole steering wheel off the quick release, like you do on the sim rig. Pretty incredible to see. Like, is there an issue here with Van Toor, though? He's pretty chill taking the whole steering wheel off. He's just taking the steering wheel off in the thing and he's sort of waving it around. So potentially an issue here for the 963 Welcome to Prian. It's amazing how it's basically the same quick release you see in top of the range equipment. He hasn't connected it yet, still. Oh, I think there could be an issue here for Van Toor. I think he's been given a new steering wheel. He quick releases it. His eyes are wide open and he drives immediately. He just puts it in and goes. There's no waiting. He's not waiting for the window screen to boot up. He clicks that thing in and he goes. But I think Van Toor may have lost some time there. And in fact, yes, he's gone behind Kubica. So Van Toor's lost a bit of time in that pit stop. So a bit of drama. A little bit of drama there in the pits for 963. And, side by side between a Porsche Penske and a Ferrari going into Les Combes. That was Giovinazzi on Makovici, I believe. So Giovinazzi is now up to P2, and Lauer has preserved his 7-second lead. Von Rompuy under review, 81. Car 81. Where are you? Here we go. Oh, it's the Corvette. No. Unsafe release being investigated. Maybe it could be a financial penalty to pay for the unsafeness. Wow, the pit stops are pretty enthralling, aren't they? Cadillac's making its way through. It's really annoying when you're paying copyright-free music and it just goes on to something else. It's like, no, that's not what I intended. Get the whole thing shut down, like Skepta. Ooh, Giovinazzi looks like he's eating into that gap, so keep an eye. The lap times are quick now, so maybe the cars are more tyre limited than fuel limited. Pretty much everyone up there in the 207s. According to the 50 Ferrari, something's wrong with the car. Nicholas Nielsen, who has made that incredible rise that was predicted in the chat, something is wrong. I mean, look how much he's gained there. How has he overtaken all of those cars in the pit stop phase? Did they not change tyres or something to get that track position? Something is bumping around under the driver and pedals. Okay, so not good for Nielsen. Let's see how that works out, because we do have a classic Porsche versus Ferrari battle here in the top 6. We have Porsche P1, Ferrari P2, Porsche P3, Ferrari P4, Porsche P5, and you can guess who's in P6 at the moment. But maybe some kind of issue. Troubles ahead, possibly. How are the lap times looking? He's looking good. Look how close. Kubica doing 0.499 in the 499p. Gets a bonus for that one, I believe. And again, lots of traffic. Oh my goodness, the Ford Mustang almost cutting up someone. The BMW M4 just seems to be an absolute liability when it comes to being around hypercars. I'm predicting a crap there. Patrick's something loose between his legs. Is he just... Well, we'll see. And we do have a Toyota moving up. So the number 8 Toyota of Mike Conway, I think the one that does have the financial penalty, the car that you can see in the video that I'm pointing at right there, that car is in P8 right now. Oh, sorry, that's the P number 7. My bad. Chris is making copy. Let us know how everyone's doing. Let us know if you're enjoying the spa. 6 hours. 6 hours of spa. As Julian Andlauer does increase his gap a little bit there, up to 7.6 again. As the lap time's really slow, I think there's a lot of traffic involved. So hypercars making their way through GT3 traffic right now. The Jota of Will Stevens is just 2/10 behind Mike Conway. So I don't know if Conway managed to get ahead in the pit stop phase. Maybe good work by Toyota, but now Jota is all over him. And the Lion Dames, Sarah Bovey, is just, I mean, she is cruising here. 37 seconds lead. I mean, if this doesn't get reported very widely, I mean, it really should. Yeah, 37 seconds ahead of United Autosports, who are no joke, and Manthey, and Team WRT. It's just chaos here. Hopefully her teammates are going to keep that up. But yeah, potentially witnessing some form of history. As again, some piece of bodywork goes flying around on the Kemmel Straight, as I see Conway under a lot of pressure from Will Stevens. So I don't know if it's just a very windy day or bits of, you know, superfluous bits moving around in the wash. But we know that the race director is not afraid to call a full course yellow if he thinks some debris needs to be removed. Having a look here again. Remember that battle I told you about earlier with the Ferrari 296 and the Aston Martin? It's still going. Oh, the 296 GT3 went round the outside at La Source. They were sort of neck and neck at the exit, but the Ferrari 296 got ahead. So that is this battle here. It's Francesco Castellacci and Clement Matteau having a great battle. These two, as the 296 moves up. And so I still think she might spin out if she pushes her car this hard. Well, she seems to be in control at the moment, I would say. That seems to be what we were indicated. Wow, Will Stevens all over Conway. In fact, surely he's going to get that move done, Will Stevens. So head into the bus stop. Very close. I'm surprised Will Stevens not able to get this done on Conway, to be honest. Let's just scroll down so we can see the gap there. Still just under half a second. That's the customer Porsche 963 and the factory Toyota entry. Yeah, anything can happen in endurance racing, and it usually does. It usually does happen. Blue flags getting waved. For who, though? It looked like they were waving a blue flag at Mike Conway. Doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure a blue flag was deliberately waved at Mike Conway there. But this is a in-class 4-position battle, so I don't fully understand it. Maybe the Toyota just has the legs down the straight. It's insane to watch these cars go down the Kemmel Straight. I mean, it's you really see them stretching their legs, to put it like that. Alex Lynn, I think, is all over a BMW, but oh my goodness, Alex Lynn is really... Oh, he's fallen down massively. Alex Lynn all the way down in P12 now. How the Peugeot's doing... Oh, Paul di Resta's out! Paul di Resta, it says, has retired. I haven't seen any images. But disaster if you're a Peugeot fan or a Peugeot driver like me. So Paul di Resta in the 9X8 is out. And I can't remember who his teammates were. But if his teammates are John Eric Verne and Stoffel Van Dorn, then they may as well have been in Berlin to do the Formula E, frankly. Because they're not going to get a drive in the race. Disaster for Peugeot. Their efforts really haven't really seen the benefits. I mean, they did do pretty well at the opener, but then didn't they run out of fuel or something on the last lap? I had an issue. Anyway, we'll see how they can do. Similar gaps at the top at the moment. Yeah, anything can happen. That's the Inter-Europol competition level. That's what it looks like after the race. Basically every fly in the vicinity has been killed. Valentino Rossi is here with Team WRT. Presumably getting the wheel of the GT3. Vincent Voss, the boss, is here. Great to watch this unad interrupted, by the way. Incident involving cars 12 and 50 in the pits. That's Nicholas Nielsen. So, and that's Team Jota. Was that an unsafe release then, potentially? Looks like it could be an unsafe release between Porsche and Ferrari there. Yeah, this is it. This is the promised land of hypercar, factory hypercar racing. Oh my goodness, almost contact between the McLaren 720S and a BMW M4. I think they're just showing some highlights here. So it is all the dramatic moments. And there was a great overtake on Alex Lynn by one of the Porsches into Eau Rouge. Very brave overtake there. 9.2 seconds now is the gap at the front. So he's stretching his legs. In fact, it was 2 seconds quicker was Julian Lauer than Giovinazzi. Yeah, the Iron Dames, didn't they have a retirement very recently as well? Can't remember where they were racing. Conway still ahead of Will Stevens somehow. It's very close. In fact, they might be sort of swapping positions. I'd expect that one to be a formality. Yeah, 720, such a distinctive looking car in GT3. Look how close it is, the interval there. Yellow flag! Yellow at 5.6. Yellow removed there. A turn 4 exit. That is Eau Rouge. So is there debris? Why do we have a yellow flag? Green flag. Green flag now. Maybe it was a bold overtake. They're still showing the highlights. Beautiful sunny day at Spa, by the way. Great weather. Cars look great on the circuit. Circuit looks great. So not sure what that yellow was about. I'm having a look at cars going up over Rouge actually. Because it is still Mike Conway ahead of Will Stevens. Somehow. The only non-Ferraris or Porsches in the top... Oh yeah, Will Stevens did get ahead then. Oh, Will Stevens got ahead into La Source. There was contact between them, I believe. And somehow Conway managed to stay around the outside and La Source all over the curb. In fact, went over the edge of the curb and must have out-dragged Stevens to Eau Rouge. So from La Source to Eau Rouge. So Conway is really fighting this in the Toyota. He's a very experienced sports car driver. I wonder when we'll start to see driver changes, maybe in the next one. As Alex Lynn is lapping the Iron Dames and also having a go at the BMW WRT entry. Trying to go around the outside. I'm not sure what's going on with the Cadillac here. Again, I don't know why they only have one entry at this race, but it's like 1970s all over again with Porsche versus Ferrari, yeah. Malaysia and Matteau under investigation. But I have to say, it looks to be advantage Porsche at the moment. Where is Alex Lynn in all this? There's Alex Lynn behind Hansen. So there is a little bit of a sort of battle forming here because Will Stevens all over the back of Mike Conway, but ironically, Alex Lynn is now all over the back of his team Stevens' teammate Philip Hansen. There's a big old hypercar train starting to form down here as well. Look how close they all are here. And Buemi is only 6 seconds off, despite taking the drive-through. He's only 6 seconds off Lapierre. Rory obviously supporting Porsche, we know. It's just great to see them go up Eau Rouge, just so close behind each other. Very brave given the aerodynamic sort of change that can have. Oh, Steve. Oh, no, it's contact between Alex Lynn and Hansen. Hansen went very defensive down the Kemmel Straight, and Alex Lynn was right behind him, and something flew off. But Lynn does get the move done, by the way. So Alex Lynn has overtaken Philip Hansen. So the Cadillac is now moving back up through the pack. Goodness me, there is a crazy battle going on in GT3 I need to tell you about. Look at this. WRT BMW Ahmed Al-Arthi has got Ian James all over him, and then the Castellacci and Alexander Malkin battle that's been going on forever is all caught up here. And now you have hypercars trying to overtake them as well. So lots of blue flags being thrown. But yeah, this GT3 pack, they are really battling very hard and very intensely. Super intense battle. We love to see it. It's been a relatively, I mean, everyone's been dry. It's been some intense racing, but sort of not bad natured racing. People are going very close side by side, but not taking each other out, which is what we like to see. Angus, to be honest, and I know it's mainly for marketing, but I'm very disappointed that Ford chose a Mustang to GT3 car, not the GT Mark IV. I don't really know what the GT Mark IV is. Do you mean the Ford GT? I guess the Mustang has broader appeal when it comes to sales, would be my guess. But yeah, 1.5 hours to go. I think we're half an hour from Formula E as well then, if I understand correctly. And I still haven't worked out how I'm going to do this. "14-second gap," so the leaders in both classes I think are making some strides here. 38 seconds, but again last lap. Well, so best lap is 1.3 seconds quicker. I mean, the Iron Dame's best lap, oh, change AC in the GT3 battle. The Iron Dame's best lap, her best lap is 2.5 seconds quicker than the Manthey GT3. That is crazy. 2.5 seconds quicker. She's just absolutely embarrassed him. I don't know too much about the new Ford GT. Maybe I would if it was in WEC. I'm sure they'll race it somewhere. Oh, yeah, that was. I just saw the optimistic move that Ian James had. In fact, Ahmed Al-Arthi is really falling backwards here. He's fallen prey to this pack. For most of the race so far, he's just been ahead, but now he's properly in it, and they're all swallowing him up. So Al-Arthi's moving backwards in that BMW M4. He's got it in reverse. Great battle there. I mean, it's all good news for the Iron Dames, really, that they're all battling so hard. Fury, a woman is fastest. Yes. Much faster. It's not even close. It's not even close. By the way, if you're liking the stream, please feel free to hit that like button. It'd be great to get to 100 likes. If there's 100 people out there who like this. Stevens and Conway are still going at it. Absolutely hammer and tongue. This battle here, you can see. Seconds. I mean, it's not necessarily new, but this is a very dominant performance by the Iron Dames. That obviously should make a lot of people take note. Because if you can do it here, can you do it in Formula 1 with the same sort of, you know, opportunity to race and practice, whatever? No further action between Malaysia and Mato. They've been let off the hook there. I'm not seeing any... By the way, something I want to look at, but I'm not seeing any pictures, is the battle between Malaysia and Nielsen for P6. Because Malaysia in the Alpine is within half a second of the Ferrari, but I'm not seeing any images of that. But I would like to be honest. And Alex Lynn has properly caught up with Will Stevens now. So go around the Turk. What colour is that Ford Mustang? Oh, Conway's lost it then to Will Stevens. So Will Stevens finally gets ahead of Mike Conway in hypercar. I'm going to guess. So was that another change of positions there? Oh, and Alex Lynn does as well. So hopefully no issues there for... No, now Mike Conway's fallen behind Lynn. Are they all battling really closely? Alex Lynn now's ahead of Conway. Let's keep an eye and I'll see the pictures what's going on here. Because some very close battling in the hypercar class. With the car that was so dominant here last year, the Toyota Giro 10 Hybrid. So I need to see what's happening with Alex Lynn, Conway, and Will Stevens. No pictures yet, I can see. Pit stop car 6 under investigation. That's Lawrence Vantor. You know why? I'm going to go out on a limb here. Yellow flag. Double yellow at turn 8. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that when someone passed Lawrence Vantor, his steering wheel, they were over the white line. What do you think about that, chat? Why do we have a double yellow at turn 8 as well? What is going on? Never got to see that Conway drama. But this could be a penalty for Vantor in the factory Porsche Penske car. Big crash! Oh, big crash! It must be Stevens! No, it isn't. It's Hansen. It's Hansen and the Jota. Big crash, and teams are going to come out now, maybe make pit stops. Big crash here. There's a Porsche 963 has gone in backwards with a BMW M4. Oh, it's a WRT! I think it's Valentino Rossi's car. Now the 963 is trying to get out of it. It was on the exit of Les Combes. What happened here? What happened here? I can't see. No, it was into the hairpin afterwards. Oh, and they became tangled together on that BMW's toast. The BMW's toast. It's the 46. It's Valentino Rossi's car. I don't think Rossi's going to get out here. I don't think Rossi's going to get out, I'm afraid. I think that's arrivederci for Rossi. No chance. There ain't a front to that BMW M4 GT3 anymore. So, and also Philip Hansen got his car moving, but now he's stopped as well. Ah, dearie me. Why is the Vista Corsa saying out as well? What's happened there? Yeah, punctured tyres on the Philip Hansen's. That's going to be quite a long stoppage, I think. So it was it Ahmed Al-Ati then? The man who I was saying was just falling backwards, driving quite erratically. Yeah, it's game over. Can we put some RIPs in the chat there for the 46? Ahmed Al-Ati says stop here, but that ain't coming. It is safety car, virtual safety car. I haven't seen an image of what actually happened yet. 38 mess up as well. I'm looking on board here. Did Hansen get pushed from behind? Hansen was well ahead. No, he wasn't. He overtook the Lexus on the exit of Les Combes. He goes to overtake the... Oh, no, he gets run into. It's not his fault. It's not their fault. Someone's run into him. Who's this? It's a BMW. Oh, it must be Rene Rast. It must be Rast. Oh, no. And then Rast... Oh, my goodness me. BMW have basically ended Valentino Rossi's hopes here. Rossi is furious in the pit lane. So basically, you come out of Lake Coombe and you have that little downhill to the hairpin. The 963 hypercar went over to overtake the BMW M4 GT3, very regulation. And as he was overtaking, he got hit from behind by the BMW WRT hypercar. So it's nightmare for WRT and Vincent Voss. Rossi's putting his jacket on now. He's done. He might be going. Ah. So Team WRT ran into the Jota, who ran into Team WRT. So which BMW hypercar was it then? Because I saw it had BMW on the steering wheel. It's either Rene Rast or Marco Whitman. It's all eyes on Valentino Rossi right now. I think he's calmed down a bit. He says GG's to his engineers. He smiles now. I think he's over it. It's a shame because to see Rossi here at Spa would have been very special. He was just at Brands Hatch last week, wasn't he? Yeah. I mean, and ultimately, it's not their fault at all in terms of that BMW car. So whether that makes it better or worse, I don't know. But that number 46 M4 GT4 is being hauled off the track. Someone's pitted on safety car. I think it might be the Francini. Yeah, the Isotta Fraschini hypercars pitted under VSC. I'm not sure they're permitted to pit really, unless there's damage. Oh no. By the way, it looks like Paul di Resta's back out. So di Resta's back out. The Iron Dames? What is the gap in Iron Dames? Goodness me, how have they got a 1 minute 17 gap? Is that because they haven't pitted as well? It's me. Can someone explain this race speed to like Le Mans 6 hours? Basically, yes. Essentially, yes. Oh, one of the BMWs has got broken front splitter. In fact, I think he might have a bit of the 963 Jota attached to the front of him. Telltale sign there. That's gonna have to come in, that BMW. So we have a Ferrari and a Penske in the pits, by the way. So we have, yeah, Frederick. Oh, change of driver here. Yifei Ye comes in the 499p for Ferrari. No driver swap for Vantor. Yeah, F for the 46. And then the BMW kept causing carnage. Oh, it was a big crash. It was a big crash because the 963 just got tapped from behind. The windscreen wiper started going on the BMW. I mean, the front of that car just got obliterated, really. I know the WRT team. I know the engineers there. And the owner, Vincent Voss. So, sad times. But that is racing. They will be back for Le Mans. Maybe they'll put Rossi in the car first. And it's all systems go for Hypercar right now. There's some drama in the pits for BMW as they try and fix the bodywork. I think the car might have got stuck on the way into the pit box or something. They're trying to push the car. So there's an issue with the BMW. Intervention ongoing. So it looks like the pit lane is now open. When is Berlin? Josu in the house? "24 minutes, okay." So, by the way, if you're enjoying this, please do hit that like button. What's the average speed? I don't know the average speed. You have speed there. That's probably top, isn't it? A speed trap? Well, it appears that the BMW had contact with a Lexus. Oh, so the BMW hit the Lexus, and then the BMW hit the Jota, and then the Jota hit the BMW. Another BMW. Is that what happened? Potentially. Welcome, Detro0861. Good to see you. So if you just hear Valentino Rossi, unfortunately, ain't going to be making it into the car because the car's destroyed. And we've seen one pit stop. By the way, Sebastian Bourdais. Oh, Miguel Molina's in. Molina's in. So Kubica's out and Giovinazzi's out. I believe. Is that right? No, sorry, Giovinazzi in P2. So Nilsson's out. Car 7 under investigation VSC. That's a Toyota of Conway. So Conway could be in trouble. And Lauer pits from the lead. I mean, what a stint. Get a round of applause for Julian and Lauer. I mean, Julian and Lauer and Sarah Bovey. Is Sarah Bovey still in? Yeah, she's in. She might be jumping out now. Don't know. Keep her in if I was the Iron Dames. Loads of trucks on the track right now. So they've taken these cars off. There's tractors on the track. The doctor won't be doctoring today. Yeah, no doctor can fix that car. I think it was the same Lexus from the early 963 overtake. Got the same colours and scheme. Okay. That Lexus has just been in the war today, hasn't it? Avoid Lexus at all costs. So I think this is what we're going to do probably. What we're going to do is we'll do the Formula E in Berlin. So we'll go live 5 minutes before that for Formula E. As Andlauer is getting hauled out, they've put someone else in. He squeezes into the car. God, it's all last minute, isn't it, with the seat belts and everything, and it's not a comfortable thing to do. Neil Janney's in. They've only gone and put in Neil Janney now. So I think what we'll do is we'll do Berlin, and then we'll come back, and we'll do. Oh, they didn't close the they didn't close the door on Neil Janney. He realised and had to close it. I wonder if that will technically be an infringement if they hadn't closed it. So I think what we'll do is we'll do Formula E in Berlin for an hour. Oh, Neil Janney's still having to close it. No, there's a big issue for Janney, I think. No, this scored terrible for Porsche. They haven't locked his door. The door won't close. The door won't close. He's driving around with the door open. This is it. Julian Lauer just did the stint of all stints. This is absolute disaster for Porsche here. He can't really drive around with the door open. The mechanic closed it like you would normally just push it, walked around, told Janney to go. Janney was trying to close it. Oh no, no, no. You can't endurance racing, it's just brutal. Oh, Janney's driving around with the door open on the Porsche. It's a hypercar, it's like a suicide door thing, so it's just you can only cruise around. He is under VSC. He is under VSC though. So Neil Janney, the leader of this race, is driving around with the door open. He's going to need to come back and fix it. Ideally, he's trying to shut it really hard and it won't close. So there's something broken on it. He's holding it with one hand and driving with the other. He's downshifting. He's taking his hand off the wheel to downshift it because he's holding the door. He keeps trying to slam it. I mean, this is going to be a meme. It's going to be an absolute meme. It just won't shut. You got to feel from here. You know, it's like when you try and start a lawnmower, you're like, oh, or a leaf blower. It's like that. He's really trying to do it. They must be telling him, no, it should close. Or is there something holding it? He's trying to feel around it. I mean, if you can get this closed under VSC, he'll still be the leader. He's going around the hairpin now. Safety car. Oh, it's full safety car now. So it's not VSC, it's full safety car. I mean, it's the worst thing that happened is that Janney's going to go back to the back of a condensed field. Oh, no, he hasn't closed it. He's driving without any hands on the wheel. It's very dangerous, to say the least. What are they going to do? he's got the sound going off. It's one of the BMWs goes deep under safety car, and the Lamborghini almost loses it coming out the bus stop under VSC. I'm not sure why. So we are under safety car now. So Neil Janney, if you pit again, you're not going to lose a horrendous amount of time, are you? I mean, if you look how big the gaps are now. Oh, the Cadillac spun under safety car. No, the BMW span. Did the Cadillac spin as well? The BMW span in the bus stop under safety car. How has he done that? He's just gone around the bus stop and spun. He's facing the wrong way. And the Cadillac spun as well. Why? How do they both spin there on the safety car? The VSC, you're literally crawling round. Is it oily there or something? Goodness me, there's so much drama here. Neil Janney surely is going to have to come in here. I'm having a look at the replay. No, I don't think the Lex had anything to do with it, to be honest, but I'm looking at the onboard. Yeah, they hit that apex curb on the inside, and as the car was loaded, they got on the power and just spun, but it's like very embarrassing spin. Car 99 to close the door, please. Car 99, can you close the door? That's to you, Neil Janney. So I think they're being told basically you need to box. The safety car's out now. Viewers can continue to watch on... Janney's still going around. So Neil Janney hasn't boxed. But now he's going to be the head of the train. Now it's going to bunch up. It's going to be... I think Janney should have got around relatively quickly and boxed. Because now he's being picked up by the safety car. He's going to lose a load. He's going to go all the way back for sure. Whereas if he'd boxed under safety car conditions but not being held up by the safety car, that might have been different. But now the safety car is going to pick them all up, I think. Yeah, you've missed the fact that you know when you can't close your door? Janney is still trying. His biceps must be killing. He's just leaning out and just trying to slam this door shut. I mean, this is just meme material. It's like Porsche door quality. He just keeps kind of slamming it and it just doesn't close. I've never seen this before, and I've seen a lot. But now, the Lamborghini is he undoing his seatbelt or something? Or has he lost his radio or something? It's like he's trying to lost his radio. I was saying, if you remember, when they were putting him in the car, I was like, this is very hectic. This is like, the latch won't cash. This is Porsche engineering. And Lauer's shaking his head. Maybe Andlauer broke it getting out. I've never seen this, a door not closing. So what we have is we have a situation behind the Porsche safety car, ironically. Neil Janney's leading this race. He's the first car in the train, but he cannot close this door, and he's been told, black and orange flag, meatball flag, or whatever. So Janney has to pit now. Janney has to pit. So we are going to go to Formula E before 2 o'clock. We're going to do Formula E. In fact, let me start to get that ready. But then we'll be back for Spa. But this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. He should have pitted. He should have gone around relatively quickly because it was under VSC. It would have gone around Delta and just taken the bullet there and boxed it. Yeah, and Andlauer did the stint to Wendell stints as well. Right. Let me get this. Oh, no, I can do that. So Neil Janney's going to have to pit. Oh my goodness, what drama. And also, doesn't this eradicate the lead a little bit for the Iron Dames? Because of the safety car. because there is so much to recover there where that crash was. We spoke about how everyone was behaving themselves, but I'm fuming. Who messed up the door? Right, I'm seeing here because surely Gianni's going to pit now, but I don't think he has boxed. It's almost like they really believe he can close it. Has he closed it? It's closed. I think it's closed. I think he's closed it. I think somehow Neil Gianni has closed that door just as he approached the bus stop, unless he's wedged it or something. I can't. The live timings are ahead. They're starting the pass around. I think Gianni's door is closed. It's shut. I'm looking at the replay. Was it the replay when he did it? He did it. He had to pull some string. He looked so happy when it happened. No, was he holding? No, there was some string he put. It looks like it's closed now. It looks like it's closed. Yeah, he definitely hasn't boxed. Right, chat, they're doing a pass run. We're going to go to Formula E in 5 minutes. We're going to do Berlin, sprint race, Formula E. And then we're going to come back for... we're going to come back for Spa. So we'll do the last 3 hours of Spa. So this will be part 1. And that'll be a part 2. Don't think you can reverse a meatball. That's a very good point. What did they do with the meatball? We'll continue to follow this, by the way, in the Formula E stream, obviously. Oh, high stakes for Porsche. I've never seen anything like that. Next time I go and speak with Porsche, I'm going to be like, tell us what went down. Should we do that? Should we speak with the head of Porsche Motorsport again and ask him, say, what happened there? Just let us know. Well... It would be really funny if, like, that door just... There's a certain way you close it and Gianni just wasn't doing it. He just kept trying. But I think it's a real lesson. Like, they didn't give up. He just kept trying. He kept slamming it, like, all the way like this. He just kept going. He didn't give up and be like, oh, I'm going to get doors broken. He's like, I'm just going to keep trying. Maybe it will just happen. And it happens. And Lauer looks like such a cool character. He's not even broken sweat. I mean, he's just absolutely dominated this race in hypercar. What's it mean for GT3? GT3 Iron Dames. Oh, are they a lap? No. Are they a lap ahead? Surely not. No worries, Detro. Chat, anyone know if Iron Dames gained a whole lap there? 2 minutes 13? How have they done that? Yeah, there's a little cable that Gianni pulled, like, at the front. And honestly, it might be that normally you don't close a door from the inside, your mechanic does it, so normally you have to pull this cable. And maybe... Oh, there's a big repair to the barrier. This is going to be quite a long break, by the way. Because they're having to literally rebuild metal barrier here. You know the long metal barriers, they're having to rebuild it. So chat, here's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is we're going to go over to Formula E for the Berlin E-Prix. So we're going to do that. That's going to be a 50-minute race or something. And then we're going to come back here. I can see there's people in the chat there already. There's people already in that chat. How do you know? It's not even public yet. So, if you don't mind joining me over here, we'll continue to cover this as well. We'll be there, and then we'll come back here. 3,000 people have popped in for this one. There's 80 people watching, and we've just hit a new stream peak, and we're just about to move to a new stream. Is that a wise thing or not? I don't know, but it's happening. And then we're going to come back here. So, bear with me. Right, chat. I'm going to end the stream. I will see you in the new one. There. I will see you in the new stream. Let's do it. Are we ready?